to be developed. The further cost incurred for the development was Rm500,000 for the pilot sample, which received good feedback. The company registering the patent by March 2018 at a cost of Rm120,000. So the company financial years ends on 31st March every year. So we will end our financial year on 31st March. Yeah. So the required is first compute the amount of intangible asset to be recognized as of 31st March 2018. And the second is prepare the extract of statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position as at 31st March 2017 and 2018. Show all workings. So the question mentioned that we will close our account at the end of 31st March every year. So take notes about this one. So first we are going from January 2017 until June 2017. There is a research phase by Rm300,000. This cost will be expense of INSOPL. The research cost was treated as expense because the future economic benefit on research cost is not probable. So this means that it doesn't meet the recognition criteria of intangible assets. So from July 2017 until December 2017, there is a development phase 1 at Rm100,000. These two will be expense of INSOPL because it doesn't meet the recognition criteria of intangible asset. Why? Because it mentioned that only in January 2018 the new product was success to be developed. So for development phase 1, no recognition criteria of intangible asset is met, so we need to expend off this cost in INSOPL. So the capitalization happened at 1 January 2018 until February 2018. So there is a development phase 2 because the question mentioned that the further cost incurred for the development was Rm500,000 for the pilot sample, which received good feedback. So there is the development phase 2 at Rm500,000. This cost will be capitalized and recognized as intangible assets. Why? Because the question mentioned that the new product was set to be developed on 1 January 2018 and it received a good feedback, thus it meets the recognition criteria of intangible asset. Next, the last one is on March 2018. The company registered the patent at Rm120,000. This patent will be capitalized as intangible asset because the statement is too direct that mentioned that the company registered the patent. So we just capitalize this item as intangible asset in the soft P. Why? Because it meets the recognition criteria of intangible asset. So okay, so the first one, the question is require you to compute the amount of intangible asset to be recognized as of 31st March 2018. So my answer is first the development cost Rm500,000. This is a development phase 2 that we can get from the information that we take out before. And next is the patent at Rm120,000. Because the question doesn't mention about the useful life of the intangible asset, so we assume that this intangible asset doesn't have any useful life. So it has a indefinite useful life. So where there will be no amortization expense incurred, but there will be a impairment test occur. So what we can do for this question is just write down the development cost at RM 500,000 and the patent at RM 120,000, because the question doesn't mention about the useful life, so we assume that it has indefinite useful life. So next, the question is to prepare the extract of statement of profit or loss, SOPL, and statement of financial position as at 31st March 2017 and 2018. Show all workings. So for the pharma-beauty BHD SOPL, there will be two items. The first one is research cost and the development cost. So this cost we can look at the information that we take out earlier. So let's take a look at the research cost, because the research cost happened on 1 January 2017 until June 2017. The question mentioned that the company financial year ends on 31st March every year, so we have to apportion first the cost. So for the year assessment 2017, the research cost that incurred from 1 January 2017 until the 31st March 2017. So there will be 3 months, right? January, February, and March. So the workings is 3 divided by 6 times with the research cost RM 300,000. So we will get amount of RM 150,000 for the year assessment 2017. So the balance of the research cost will be written down below the year assessment 2018, which is at RM 150,000. So the next is the development cost, because the development cost is incurred in the year assessment 2018. So we just write it down below the year assessment 2018 RM 100,000. Okay, next for the pharma beauty BHD statement of financial position for this of P. Under intangible asset, there will be two items. The first one is development cost RM 500,000 and the patent RM 120,000. Okay, next for the October 2019 section B, question 2A. So the question is, an intangible asset can be recognized as an asset if it meets the definition of an intangible asset, which is an identifiable non-monetary asset without physical substances. Briefly explain the criteria of identifiability according to FRS 138, intangible assets. So the answer is, according to MFRS 138, an intangible asset is identifiable when it A is separable, which is capable of being separated and sold, transferred, licensed, rented, or exchanged either individually or together with related contract, or B arises from contractual or other legal rights, regardless of whether those rights are transferable or separable from the entity or from other rights and obligations.
Let's read the question. Labu Sayom Berhad operates a chain of traditional homestay in Negeri Sembilan. The company decided to promote aggressively its homestay chain to local and international tourists by emphasizing on an exclusive and modern design wood of traditional Malay house. On 1st January 2016, it acquired a corporate customers list from Z's Database Corporation for RM215,000 and is estimated to be valid for 5 years due to frequent revision of new customers in the tourism industry. On 31st December 2018, the fair value of the customer list was RM80,000. Intangible asset is measured using revaluation model. The question required to explain the accounting treatment for the customer list on the year ended 31st December 2018. So, on 1st January 2016, the customer list will be recognized as intangible asset as at cost of 215,000 ringgit because it meets criteria of recognition asset which are identifiable, control over resource, have future economic benefit and can measure reliably. Since the customer's list have definite useful life of 5 years, the amortization is provided at 15,000 ringgit, which is 215,000 ringgit divided by 5 years, and will be charged to swapper. On 31st December 2018, the carrying amount of customer list is 100,000 ringgit, which is Rm 215,000 minus with 50,000 times 3 years. As the company used the revaluation model, the fair value on 31st December 2018 of 80,000 ringgit is compared with its carrying amount 100,000 ringgit, resulting in deficit on revaluation amounted to 20,000. The revaluation is to be expensed to swapper amortization 50,000. Next, the journal entry based on deficit on revaluation that we got just now. So, debit swapper deficit in revaluation 20,000, credit customer list or intangible asset 20,000. Last one, journal entry to eliminate the accumulated revaluation model provided so far. Since at the end of the year, we adopted the revaluation model, so we will adopt it as deemed carrying amount. Hence, the accumulated amortization provided before revaluation date is eliminated. Next, on 1st January 2018, Aman Berhad acquired a franchise for revaluation date is eliminated. Next, on 1st January 2018, Aman Berhad acquired a franchise for 5.5 million. It has a legal life of 4 years and renewable at the end of every 4 years. And the company intends to renew it indefinitely. The fair value less cost to sell as at 31st December 2018 was 4.8 million. So, the question required to explain the accounting treatment for the franchise for the year ended 31st December 2018. On 1st January 2018, the franchise will be recognized as intangible asset as at initial cost of 5.5 million ringgit because it meets criteria of recognition asset which are identifiable, control over resource, have future economic benefit and can be measured reliably. The franchise has an indefinite useful life which is renewable every 4 years. So, it should not be amortized but tested for impairment annually whether there is an indication that the franchise is impaired. Since the fair value less cost to sell as at 31st December 2018 is 4.8 million, which is lower than the carrying amount, there is impairment loss of 700,000. Which is 5.5 million minus with 4.8 million that will expense of to swapper. That's all from